we are honored to have you here to bask in the brilliance of your children as they honor some really special members of our community.
You will see tonight that our students are communicators, that they are principled, that they are creative, and that they are able to show all the wonderful attributes of the IB Learner Profile, and that they are becoming globally minded citizens. So thank you for being here, and welcome our Aquila families.
Welcome to our Elders Wisdom Children's Song Community Celebration. My name is Gibson, and it is my pleasure to welcome you. Elders Wisdom Children's Song incorporates the tools of community organizing, education, and celebration.
Elders Wisdom Children's Song is a process that includes oral history, poetry, and songwriting. It was created by Larry Long, a songwriter who grew up here in St. Louis Park.
Good evening, my name is Frank. While participating in Elders Wisdom Children's Song, we have had the opportunity to learn about 4 special people. Tonight we are excited to honor these 4 people of Aquila community.
Charlotte. Each of the elders came to school and shared their life story with us. They told us stories and answered our questions. They also shared words of wisdom with us. We used the words of wisdom and what we learned about each elder to write a song about them.
In doing this project, we really stretched our creativity and thinking muscles. After listening to the elders, we analyzed their stories and found themes in what they told us. We used those themes to create the verses of the songs. We used their words of wisdom to create the refrains.
We were able to use our talents in many ways, such as creating melodies, writing and modifying verses, singing, and producing. Throughout the process, we listened to each other and were open to others' perspective. We worked together in our music, talent development, and 4th grade classes to make this happen, and now we are excited to share it.
Our first elder, Mr. Antonio Oliver's Reyes. Mr. Antonio spent his later elementary years in St. Louis Park, and now even attended Aquila himself. Antonio currently works for the St. Louis Park as both a multicultural liaison and a human resource specialist. We see Mr. Antonio daily as he supports our native Spanish speakers. Mr. Antonio experienced a difference in his life in Mexico and the United States, specifically his school and family experience. Mr. Oliver's Reyes taught us about the importance of enjoying life as a kid. Mr. Antonio, thank you for coming into our classroom to share your life story. Here is a small gift as a token of our appreciation.
Our second elder is Mr. Rick Vaughn. Mr. Vaughn was born here in St. Louis Park and remained a resident for his entire life. If you are familiar with the city, you might recognize the last name Vaughn. As the family legacy, Vaughn Welding was a stable business in the community for many, many years. Rick enjoyed spending time with his family and taught us that it is just as important to play hard as it is to work hard. Thank you for spending time sharing your story with us, Mr. Vaughn. We give you this gift and a prayer. Our third elder is Mr. Arsenio Richardson.
Arsenio is a St. Louis Park alumni and a parent of current 1st and 4th grade sons. Mr. Richardson has been a part of the SLP community since he was in middle school. He attended that school we are in currently himself. Arsenio now works at Susan Langren as a student support specialist. He can also be found coaching both basketball and track at the high school. Mr. Richardson believes that every day is a new chance to prove your worth, that family is defined by love, not blood, and taught us that we rent success daily. Thank you, Arsenio, for sharing your story with us. Please accept this gift as our appreciation.
Our 4th elder is Miss Renee Norton. Renee is a grandmother of 2 4th graders. Renee spent time in the military and trained to be a helicopter pilot. She has lived in a variety of places and even was a minor in both Arizona and overseas. Miss Norton taught us that we all are all smarter, stronger, and braver than we give ourselves credit for. Thank you, Renee, for sharing your story with us. And here's a gift for you.
My name is Antonio Olivos Reyes. I was born in Colorado and grew up both in Mexico and Minnesota. When I was 2, I moved to Mexico. In 3rd grade, I moved back here.
México y Estados Unidos son muy diferentes. Tuve una experiencia infantil y escolar diferente. En ambos lugares no creo que ninguno fuera mejor que el otro, simplemente diferente.
I lived with my grandma in Mexico. She was like a second mom to me. My mom and dad came back to the U.S. and I stayed with her. She was strict and didn't want me to do things like play outside. She wanted me to make sure I was always safe.
My school experience was quite different than school here. First, all schools are close enough that you can walk. I know some kids walk here, but here are no school buses. Where I lived in Mexico.
Había un gran sentido de comunidad en México. Podía caminar por la calle y todos se conocían y se cuidaban unos a otros. No era extraño simplemente entrar a la casa de otra persona y empezar a hablar.
One of the things that was also different was a part of school and life. We didn't eat lunch at school, but wouldn't eat as family. Men would leave work to come and eat with their wives and kids. If someone didn't have lunch, they would be welcomed into another family's meal.
When I was 9, I moved back here. Living in Mexico didn't have the same educational opportunities like here. So my parents decided it was time for me to come back. It was hard at first because I didn't know English. I attended Aquila and knew Miss Hansen when I was here.
Después de graduarme en St. Louis Park, asistí a la Universidad de Augsburg, donde jugué al fútbol. Regresé a trabajar aquí porque quería contribuir a la educación y al lugar donde asistí a la escuela.
Words of wisdom. Work hard in school and pay attention to your teachers, but also take the time to enjoy being a kid. I read it. It's okay to make mistakes. We all can be successful in our own way.
you, Miss Hansen's class. Miss Majeski's class may now come to the stage.
My name is Rick Vaughn. I'm married to Deb and have 4 children, Lucas, Ethan, Chelsea, and Bree. I have several grandchildren, Charlie and Lewis, who are current 4th graders at Aquila.
I grew up in St. Louis Park and I'm the 3rd generation of men who are welders. My grandfather, dad, and son are all welders also. I owned Vaughn Welding up until recently. It is located over by the high school football field. It's now a salon. My family owned the building and there was a small apartment upstairs. It is funny because my grandmother lived there, my parents did, I did, and even my kids live in that apartment at some point.
Growing up, I remember always playing with the kids in my neighborhood. There are so many kids, we could always play some sort of organized team sport. I spent a lot of time outdoors playing sports.
I was interested in taking things apart and putting them together. I did things like take my bike apart just so I could try to fix it. Welding was both my passion and the family's legacy. I've been welding on some level since I was 13. Welding is a messy job and sometimes it's hard to explain. The most interesting welding job I had was for the Science Museum at Minnesota. I worked on a dinosaur exhibit. Working for Vaughn Welding is the only job I've ever had.
The only real time I wasn't a welder, besides now in retirement, was after high school. I was in the Navy and spent time in Cuba playing war. This means they would send us over there to practice and prepare for a potential war.
I enjoyed spending time with my family. My kids all live close, which I'm happy about. We have a place up north where we often go. We also just had a trip with my kids and grandkids over spring break for our 50th wedding anniversary. Word of wisdom. Remember to work hard. It is also important to take time to play and relax. If you have this balance, you will enjoy life to the fullest.
Work hard, play
Wojcicki's class, Ms. Miller's class, may now come to the stage to honor Mr. Richardson.
My name is Arsenio Richardson. Funny thing is, my name is actually Arsenio Richardson, but I go by Deuce, and this show is about my dad. I'm married to Stephanie, and I have 2 kids, Deuce and Malik. And I'm a St. Louis Park alumni, and I love this community.
Growing up, I moved around a lot. My mom was a single mom and sometimes struggled to make ends meet. I was a part of the Choices Years program, so I was able to select to go to school here. It was a good choice, but definitely had some struggles.
Something that is important to me is family. When I say that, I don't mean people you are related to. What I mean is people you choose to love. They are my brothers and sisters, people that believe in you and support you.
In 8th grade, I had a friend who was just that. He encouraged me to try out for the basketball team, and even invited me to sleep over. I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I never slept over at a white family's house. Before it turns out they had the same things as my house. Had it if it wasn't so scary at all.
I remember riding the city bus to get to and from school. Sometimes we would get very late at night after practice, which made my mom nervous. My mom did whatever she could to keep me in sports. That was my passion and what I kept focused on.
My coach in high school is another one of the people that inspired me. Because of the bus situation, I ended up moving in with him. He was, and is, like a surrogate dad to me. He had expectations like getting my homework done and made sure my bed was made every day. He even encouraged me to reach out to my biological father. I remember them both being at my high school graduation.
In college, I tore my ACL and thought my career was over. Luckily, it was not. I did have to transfer though, as Nebraska only wanted to have one division football program. It ended up working as I met my wife in South Dakota. Steph taught me there was more to life than sports and continues to help me want to be a better person.
Luckily, my love for sports continues. I coach at the high school level, and I've coached both girls and boys. I also get to watch my sons play sports.
Words of wisdom. You have a chance to be successful every day. Paying your rent means that success is earned, not granted.
mother of Eva and Iris. I was born in Oregon and I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. In second grade, I was given a nickname that I didn't really like, but somehow it stuck.
Growing up, I enjoyed learning French. I was an avid swimmer and was a letter winner for diving in high school. Starting in 8th grade, I even taught swimming lessons for the Red Cross. I was a hula dancer as well.
After high school graduation, I joined the Army. I was a truck driver, the big semi-truck kind of driver. It was really cool. I also drove a tanker full of gas that they used to fill aircrafts with. I was Division Soldier of the Year. I was sergeant and worked well as a person who was in charge of other soldiers. I told them how far they had to run and how well they did their jobs. I enjoyed being in the service and felt it was my duty.
I had planned on being in the Army as a career. Sadly, I learned that I had a genetic disease and was dismissed. That was when I moved to Arizona and started underground mining for metals. I spent time in China mining also, and learned some of the language as well, and tried some pretty interesting and delicious food.
Speaking of delicious food, I used to own a restaurant in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It was where I met my husband, Eva and Iris's grandfather. When the twins were born, we moved to Minnesota to help their parents take care of them. We were thinking we would maybe be here a couple of months, but never left. As an adult, I really enjoyed the challenge of turning old things into new. I used the material of a couch to make a beautiful jacket. I make clothes and costumes of a variety of different eras. Steampunk brings me joy. I decided if I was going to touch with all these different periods, I was going to need to teach myself to time travel.
My time traveler name is Esmeralda Pretty Nun Jones. I have been to the Victorian era and even have a picture of me from 1892. Esmeralda has a treasure chest and a specific time traveling outfit.
Words of wisdom. You are braver than you believe, you are stronger than you seem, you are smarter than you think, you can do anything.
Stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, over the horizon. Everything you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter.
Thank you, Miss Williams class. You may have a seat. This celebration is the culmination of a project that taught us about history, songwriting, collaboration, and so much more. Mr. Antonio, Mr. Bond, Mr. Richardson, and Miss Renee, we are so grateful to all of you for your willingness to share your stories with us. We learned a lot from you. Hopefully, we will heed your words of wisdom as we grow up. You taught us to listen to the people around us and to keep our happy memories. Finally, you taught us to follow your dreams and they can come true.
So before we close, we would like to take a whole group picture. And so I would like for Miss Hansen's class, can you please stand up? And you are just as you entered before, come on up. Miss Miller's class, can you stand up, please? And Miss Williams' class, can you stand up and start walking up, please? Miller. Majeski. Somebody, the last group. You need in this picture too. All right, Aquila families. And I know we have some people in the audience taking pictures too for us, so All right, smile, fourth graders. Thank you, Aquila. We're just gonna have them stay up here as we thank everybody. So Aquila students, if you just can stay where you are while we give our thanks. So first of all, I just want to say, as you can see, our students are brilliant, our staff are brilliant, and thank you for bringing that brilliance out, and thank you to the elders for sharing your time and sharing your stories so that our students could share who they are.
So what we know and believe at Aquila is that we are brilliant individually, but we are most brilliant when we work collectively. And so we can see the efforts of our students, of our teachers, and we would not have been able to make this amazing performance. Our students would not have been able to create this without the help of the Galloway family, Reverend Galloway, Alani Galloway, and Medea Galloway. As well as, I don't know if we mentioned Ms. Bauer's name, our music teacher who also made this possible. We are so thankful that the beauty of Aquila also includes people in the community. So Anton, if I forgot to say Anton Triumph, the Galloway family, Reverend Galloway, Alana, Nadia, and also Richard McGee, Miss Bauer, Miss Bottling, Miss Majeski, Miss Miller, Miss Hansen, Miss Williams. We are thankful for all that you do to ensure that our students are able to share their brilliance at this level. So thank you very much.